Hey, what's up, Glazers? Welcome to episode 8 of Glass GPT. My co host and I, we got our sponsor, Rodney, with Redline Templates on, and we're going to discuss digital templating solutions. So, Rodney, in a nutshell, why don't you tell the folks who you are and what do you do?
Well, thanks guys for having me on. Love watching you guys. You guys make awesome stuff. But I'm Rodney McCurdy. I own Redline Templates. We offer a digital measuring service. We measure for storefronts, curtain walls, glass railings, metal, make cut sheets, provide PDF, DXF, and guarantee things will fit. And the goal is to make Glazer's life easier.
I can attest to that. Amen.
Same here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Keith and I, we had a fun job in Iowa. We both flew out and met out there, and that one turned out awesome.
I tell you, I feel like we haven't brought this up, but I'm 100% certain our relationship was formed over social media.
100%.
And we had talked the first time we ever met was at our first job site.
Yeah.
And oh my God, am I like,
yeah,
yeah, in the middle of literally God's country there, you saw there's thousands and thousands of acres of cornfield and then boom, this compound.
it's a huge house. Yeah.
And Rodney flew out there within like 3 or 4 day notice. I'm not saying that's what the standard was, but and
right. It just
the
happened to
situation
align.
happened to be where we could provide amazing customer service. And when I got there, the one thing I realized was if I did not commission Rodney to go out there, it would have been a minimum of I'm thinking 4.5 days worth of cutting templates like I would back home here. Like, think about that. How many days I saved being out of my office to cut those templates. And not only were you able to scan and do that, provide all those cut sheets, it was like, once that happened and that job was installed, I said, I will never not use Rodney moving forward. Not one
I
time.
appreciate that.
So, I just want to double down on that. So, you said that you found Rodney on social media. What platform was it, and what kinds of content hit home for you?
I'm going to go out. I mean, Rodney, you can see if you want, but I'm almost certain it was LinkedIn.
I'm pretty positive it was LinkedIn.
Okay.
And
Well,
did
I
you
have
happen to see one of my videos, or is it from me? I think I reached out to you at one of the glass builds.
You did reach out. You did reach out, but what it was probably 7 years ago. It was one of those projects where we had kind of had a breakthrough moment, and it was curved glass. And the company I got a quote was someone off of social media in another continent.
Yeah.
But the reason why I ended up using them is they said, Keith, we'll come out and measure the job and take all the responsibility that the glass shows up to the job site the way it's supposed to be. And I'm like, my biggest fear on a job this big was being inaccurate or doing the wrong glass order, et cetera, et cetera. So when I knew they had the digital capability and I saw that, now the job went awesome. Fast forward 7 years, I'm looking for that. And you had a post that I saw and I reached out and I'm so glad I did. The amount of time and energy and anxiety, that's something that nobody talks about in these sales pitches. We all know, Brandon, you know more.
At night.
I have anxiety going to the job, knowing I'm thinking about it for 2 days. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? And then you get there and you got to deal with the minutia and the phone call. It's never a perfect process, but it's an important one. And taking all the human element out of it, using your technology, to me is a fucking no-brainer. I don't know why anybody wouldn't do that.
Yeah. And there is still a human element, when I'm designing it, and the machine measures exactly, dead nuts, exactly what's there. Where the human error comes in is when we're designing it. And, and I've screwed up some jobs before, I'll screw up again, but that's the beauty of it, is if it's wrong, then we're buying the replacement piece. So.
Well, that's peace of mind. That is, I think the reason why most people are scared to kind of do these bigger jobs that a lot of these glass shops probably have access to, because they do work with builders. And every now and then that builder gets a bigger customer and goes to his glass guy and says, hey, I trust you. Is this something you can do? And a lot of them say, we don't usually do that, but they're missing out on an opportunity. I think they don't do it because they don't know where to start. It can kind of just be
Right.
overwhelming. And
Yeah.
They
don't
don't
you
want to
have the capability,
overpromise and underdeliver and
right,
realize they're in over their head once they start.
and lose money. But don't you, when you measure it with your laser, don't you also provide a drawing as to where the installers actually start to need drilling their holes and everything?
Oh yeah, yeah. We do the full layout, and yeah, I think we provided that for you too, with all the locations for all the spigots.
Brandon, I got to
And
send you pictures from this job too.
those are tricky too on the stairs. On spigots on that rake, they have to be set back a certain exact amount for that glass to line up and have the correct bite. But
One
Yeah.
little mistake on those stairs throws the whole job off.
Yeah, definitely. So glass railings are one of the most complex things for a glazing company to provide. And because of that reason, a lot of glass companies don't even try it. However, using a service like Rodney's, it allows them to go ahead and take the chance, which it's not even a risk at that point, so long as you listen to what Rodney has to say. So one thing that I've worked with Rodney on in the past and that he then in turn helps other glazing companies work on now and probably in the future is not just the aspect of measuring and designing and ordering, like, deduct this much here, use this hardware. But now Rodney himself has forged his own relationships with all the hardware companies. He now can recommend hardware for different applications where, maybe a certain glass company only wants to do it a certain way, like where Rodney has done it always, both ways. I'm not saying he goes both ways, but he's done glass every which way it can
and
be done.
sometimes it
And,
doesn't work the way it's drawn up, and we have to find solutions with different hardware manufacturers and ultimately make the customer happy, and make this whole system work.
yeah, for sure. So I want to take it back, Rodney. I
Take
want
it
to take it
way
back
back.
to the beginning. So,
Way back.
why don't you go ahead and tell us just briefly the origin story of how and why you got started glass.
Yeah, so this is my third company. I started my first company right out of high school doing tile and trim, and got into granite countertops. Had my own granite countertop company for over a decade. Got into digital
Shit.
templating, and I drove 2.5 hours to measure a literally rectangle island. It was 2.5 foot by 4 foot. It's like I have a $25,000 machine. Why the hell am I measuring a rectangle? And these glass guys came in, tried installing the glass on a railing on standoffs, didn't fit, so they went out to their truck, brought their cardboard that was duct taped
Oh my
together,
God.
flipped it around, trying to figure out how they got off. And I was like, "Hey guys, I can shoot all those standoffs, dead nuts. I'll be within a thousandth of an inch. Give me a shot. Let's see if we can design it." And it fit perfect. Like,
Wait, can I just stop for a second? You were out there measuring for this when you had your stone company and you bought the
Mhm.
machine. So you bought the machine
Correct.
before glass. So you drove all
Yep.
the way out saying, fuck, this is a waste of time. And that supposed waste of time turned into the business that you're in
The
right now. Is
biggest
that
career leap I've made yet.
sick?
Yeah, I saw a need in the glazing industry, and knew a small glass shop locally. Reached out to him. He said, "Hey, we've done this steam shower 4 times. We've messed up this glass 4 times. It's a neo angle on multiple pitch roof." And that was my very first shower I measured, and same thing. It went perfect.
What a great
Very first
universe.
time, and yeah,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
and
So
then kind of
sure. Yeah. That
just
we
kind of
crossed.
learned. Kind of learned how to do showers, and then reached out to Brandon when he was at a different company, and
Wait, why did you reach out to Brandon?
that was when I went door to door to every glazing shop in Denver, and I had a
Oh,
stack of
shit.
business cards.
Let's
Got
go.
they're like, "What the hell is this?
Pound the
We use
pavement.
lasers." Yep.
Yeah.
And so yeah, pounding the pavement, you know, door slammed in my face everywhere I went. And yeah, now we work with over 100 different glazers. And yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, Brandon, he helped me along my journey, taught me a lot about glass railings and
Dude, I
showers and
thought it was
wine cellars.
fantastic. I thought it was fantastic because, like, back then I knew it was the future, and I was like, "Holy shit, this guy's on it." and we loved it so much. I was such a huge fan of it that
What year,
I think
Brendan?
the company I was working for, they tried to hire Rodney. Like, you should tell Rodney to come work for us,
Yeah.
and that they did do a job, I think, which you declined, which is a very smart move on your part.
What was that? 11 years ago, something like that.
11 or 12 years ago, man. That's
Wait. You've had the digital. You maybe had different machines than you have now,
Different
but you were
machine. Yeah,
okay. But you were doing that 11 years ago,
correct.
and so
And even
Brandon,
longer in the stone industry.
Brandon, your boss or whoever you were working for at that time saw the value so much in what he was doing that not only did he not want to subcontract him, he wanted to fucking hire him.
Yeah. So Rodney was just getting started, and I knew the value. So Rodney
Wow.
used me as guinea pig, and I used him as buying. So we started experimenting with different ways. So back then, our shop refused to use DXF files. So I think in the beginning, I was like, "Fuck it, Rodney, just print me a plotted template of the fucking glass, and we'll literally trace the
Vinyl.
holes on the." Yeah, and we
Yeah.
did that for a while. And then we
used
started
the
experimenting.
plotters that are from granite
Yeah.
countertops. They used to plot them on vinyl, and so I printed out all the glass on vinyl, and then you guys would trace it.
Yeah.
Brandon, how many little glass shops? And when I say little, between 2 and 30 employees, let's say. How many of those shops do you think just definitely could use this, but are just like literally so stuck in their ways, they're just unaware that they could lean their process out so much more by adapting some of this technology? How many? Do you think it's like more than 50%?
So how many glass shops do you think there are in America and surrounding countries? There's got to be thousands, right? I
Thousands.
guarantee you that 75% of them are still
Yeah.
stuck is because their owners are still stuck in the 90s or the 2010s.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
We
get that all the
always did
time
it this way.
when I try and sell a different, new client. No, we use lasers already. We got our Stabilas, which are all great. You've been doing it for decades like that, but and we
You
take
know
out
what
that element and add that value to make sure it's going to fit
Yeah,
perfect.
so the entire point of the marketing is to educate people just like that on the value that
Mhm.
it brings. And so it's really hard because
You
lasers,
have to,
I'm
you
sorry,
have to
my
see
fellow
it.
lasers, but you're just a bunch of fucking assholes. And I know this because I'm in the industry
There's
and we
7.
don't like people that we don't know how to measure because that's like the number one thing you never tell lasers. So how do you market to someone for measuring and you can't necessarily say that, right?
Right.
One of the sticking points when I'm just thinking about that now, if I'm putting myself in that shoes, I was one of those people that was, I was making money. We were growing the way, like, you're not going to tell me something. And then it's like, you hit your bandwidth. It's like, I can't do anymore. So now I have to get smarter, not harder within how can I buy more time back and mitigate liability. And one of the things is taking myself out of the picture from measuring, number one. But when Rodney comes and measures, remember when we used to do Legos when we were a kid? I was very good at this. I could I lay out OCD, lay out all the pieces, open up the instructions, and I just do the instructions and boom, it's done. Very satisfying. When Rodney gave us the blueprint from Iowa, it was an overall view. He's got like these 3D renderings, super dope that I show the customer. Then it was glass
Step by
orders
step.
that I could
Yep.
that I could send to D3, and then almost like an instruction manual, like the first hole goes 4 inches over from the riser and 4 inches down from the tread, and then 12 inches on set. Like, it was fucking perfect. It was perfect. And I think that those guys that are stuck in their ways have to physically see that process, like, because hearing
lot of
it,
guys
they're
also-
probably think they're being sold.
You like you said, physically see that process, but a lot of guys like laying out all their hardware, making their physical templates, actually seeing physically
Well,
how it's going to all line up.
I
But that
agree.
takes so much time.
It does.
When we can get in there, scan it, and design it without the hardware, sometimes that's saving weeks on lead time.
And
there was
tons of man hours.
There
Yeah.
was a project that I saw of yours that was really cool because it was like not your typical way. So I can't remember the job name, but it was the fascia mount post on an existing staircase that had the railing spigots, already in place, like a staircase from the 80s. And so he was able to see that thing and not only design the glass, but also design it with the post and the handrail. so that the posts and the glass could be ordered at the same time and installed at the same time. So like prior to that, you would have to take all the existing railing down, install your posts, then make the railing, and all the while you're losing the fall protection and access to that staircase. So there's like every year that passes, like Roddy does something that kind of takes it to the next level and takes it up a notch.
Yeah, we've been
Sick.
refining our process, and yeah, a lot of times we don't need old railings or whatever that's in the way. We don't need those out of the way.
Maybe one thing that I think a lot of those businesses need to hear is, let's say you got 5 crews out on the road. It would be the best case scenario is 5 crews are completing jobs every day.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have staircase jobs like this, there's going to be 2 days out of the week that they're doing all the hardware and the wood templates just to try and figure out the glass door. I understand
And
some people like the templates. I'm one of those, but a lot of them aren't. And they're wasting time that they could be completing jobs instead of spending time on trying to template the jobs.
Yep. And usually, when you go out to template that, it's usually some of your highest paid guys, which are better suited to finalize a different job to get that payroll coming.
Absolutely. Well, they're going to want to raise the next year, in the year after that, and the year after that. We have to become more efficient. And I think by adding you into the process is one absolute way without having to add man hour. You're actually buying more man hours by hiring you. It's what you're doing.
And I get some pushback for pricing and cost. And a
Fuck
lot of that
no.
is travel. And just for an even number, whatever, $2,000. Say it's a job for $2,000. If you did that in house, like I said, you've got your couple of your highest paid guys for who knows how many man hours. I'm actually pretty comparable to what the companies are paying.
You're more than fair. And
Yeah, thank you.
I know we charge for what we do, but I'm an astute businessman as well. I don't want to overpay for anything, just like the next guy. I'm here to tell you it's more than fair. The people that are really pushing back just don't know how to raise their prices because they don't know how to communicate value. That's a different podcast.
That's the biggest thing. Cost is different than value. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brandel, fire away with one of your banger questions.
All right, Rodney. I got something for you. So
Okay.
this is a new that I want to try very first time. It's going to be a lightning round. So I just got 5 questions. I'm just going to read it to you. You just fire, simple answer, and then I'll move to the next. Okay, ready? Here we go. Question 1: laser or wood template?
Laser.
All right. Accuracy or speed?
Well, accuracy has no limits. So accuracy.
Okay,
Good.
good.
All right. Most common templating mistake?
In general or on me?
In general, that glass companies make.
Then on you.
Spending too much time making physical templates. And then
Okay.
on me, my biggest templating mistake is
Not charging enough? I'm just kidding.
yeah, hey, true. That's just maybe I should add more details. I'll leave it at that. Even though
Okay.
I provide a lot of details, but
You're getting better and you get better every year. Okay. So, most satisfying job to measure, job type.
glass railings.
Okay. Is digital templating optional anymore if you want to be fast and efficient?
It shouldn't be.
All right.
That should be the
Agreed.
standard.
I have one. Who is your favorite customer to date?
I have no favorites.
Good answer.
You
Good
could just say it's a
answer.
tie.
I know the ones I don't like.
Yeah. I got a list of those too.
Yeah.
All right. I got another one for you. I'm over the quick ones. So, in the evolution of Redline templates, how has Redline evolved since day one?
investing in the different machines that I have now. We started with that machine's great. It was designed for granite countertops. I took it to its limit, found FlexiJet, realized that they're top of the line. Their machines are awesome. Yeah, just evolving and learning from every job as we go. We're averaging about 4 railings a week,
Oh
and
shit.
every one we're still learning. We're still learning on everyone. We just did a cool badass curved staircase today. That'll be a post in a couple weeks, but yeah, that one was a head scratcher for a little bit also.
Nice.
No, I like
Go-
the lightning round.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it. I'm
I
going
want
try
to
to
get in on that next week so we can go back and forth. I'll have a couple bangers too.
All right. Okay. So Keith, what changed for you since the first time that you used Redline?
Oh, anxiety. I as energetic as I am and portrayed to be on camera, I am riddled with anxiety more often than not. And a lot of times it has to do with jobs that we're, by doing as much social media as we're doing, we're having a lot more opportunities to pick jobs. And I've long said this, I love trying new things. It's kind of like a love-hate thing though, because I absolutely want to do it, but I'm consumed by it leading up to it. And once going to Redline, that suppressed a lot of those jobs because I know as a business owner, it's my job to help take the business to the next level. And to do that, I got to get smarter. I have to broaden our horizon on capabilities and get better, but also get leaner at the same time. And one thing that Rodney and you haven't talked about, and I'm very privy to, and you should be too, in our factory, is when you go out and make a template, most companies are going to charge you a digitizing fee. And at D3, it's expensive. And they have a machine and scans it all, not like what Rodney does, but they take the wood template and they got to spray the edges and it's got, oh, there's a belly here. Do we connect the dots? All this bullshit. Each one of those templates has a template charge attached to it. Could be $1.25, could be $1.50. You got 25 pieces on a job site. Like, holy fuck.
It adds up.
You just paid for Rodney's whole bill. And we don't have to do those when we use Rodney because D3 would prefer to have the glass orders in a DWG file or whatever file. I don't speak that language, but DXF, DW, what WWF, whatever
DMV,
it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
DMX, ride or die.
It goes right into the CNC and programming software that they use. And that's a massive savings and speeds up time. We're really busy. We're not going to be able to get to scanning those till the end of the week. I just lost 4 days. We're having Rodney's files. It goes right to the front of the line. And so he's helped lean the process and help cure a lot of anxiety that I was carrying on doing these larger jobs. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, thank you. It's funny you say that. There's a manufacturer here in Denver that people send them all their wooden templates, cardboard, paper that's traced. They call us to digitize them. So we go to their shop, lay them all out in their office and scan them right there. So we're charging them a digitizing fee, which I'm sure they're passing on to their client. So yeah, it's a lot easier just to call us,
customer calls
save
me
making that template anyway when we're going to digitize it anyway for the machine.
It cuts like 3 or 4 people out of the process on my end when customer calls me, I look at the job, I call Rodney, he measures, sends me glass orders. There's no order, like when Jay and I put our sales order in, it's got the glass order attached to it. It's going right through the system. It doesn't have to go internally where they do the glass deductions. Then he makes a glass order. Then they have to convert it to the file that goes in there. Like it bypasses all that. It's completely lean the process.
Each step that you in your process, that's opportunity for human error.
Every day. Yep.
I've easily clicked a 1 instead of a 7 or the wrong decimal point, and I get a phone call. Hey, this hole is 1.5 inches off. How the hell is that? And I look. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it's 1.5 inches off. I did that.
Yeah, but you stand behind it.
Yep, 100%.
That's what I mean. There's nothing to be. You should only be concerned if you weren't willing to guarantee your work. But because you're willing to guarantee your work, it should give peace of mind to anybody that's questioning it.
Yep,
That's gold. It's an insurance policy.
pretty much.
It's making your business faster.
So Rodney, I got a question. So obviously, since you got started, you were like the first of your kind. First one to take that to the market, and now a lot of people, or a lot of companies, or even individuals, are trying to follow and do what you do. So, what would you say separates you from the crowd of these other fools thinking that they can measure glass and don't know nothing about glass?
And it's not that they don't know anything about glass, and they're more than capable to learn this. Anybody can go out and buy a machine and learn this. But it's the biggest variable, or the biggest difference, is the experience. I've been doing this for so long, and yeah, we are averaging about 4 railings a week. We've done a shit ton of railings. We've seen all the problems that they are about to run into. So yeah, that's the biggest difference, is experience. Yep.
Absolutely. It's peace of mind.
That and passion. I love doing this, man. It's fun. I love being in very high-end homes. We're in many celebrities' homes. We're even the
Epstein?
small houses. We I am not on that list.
Okay. Me neither.
Yeah.
I did a post about that.
I saw that.
Right on. All right.
Rodney, what do you prefer? Do you like the pursuit of the next awesome job, or do you prefer seeing a job that get completed that you templated?
I like the pursuit of the next one.
Yeah, me too.
A
The
lot of social media, a lot of all the different platforms. Everyone's posting finished pictures. And in the magazines, it's always finished pictures. I like the process. I like seeing what we have to work around, what we have to do to make that finished product.
That's cool.
And when we
want
do
some-
that model, when we make those 3D models and those renderings, we pretty much know what it's going to look like anyway.
I love those.
So what other, besides glass railings, what are some other items that you can help fellow glazing community with?
I'd say after railings, my second passion is curtain wall. I love
Oh,
storefronts and curtain walls. And typically we don't get called in for rectangles. Occasionally we do, but it's the arch tops, it's the crazy buildings like that one that you
yeah.
photographed at Ames. There's
Compound miters.
compound angles and
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's sick.
Yeah, and it's large format, and yeah, we're working on Denver Broncos training center right now.
Never heard
With-
of them.
Wait till next year. You'll be hearing
Whatever,
of us.
I told Brendan I got to make a bigger
Uh-huh.
trophy case at the shop.
So one more question, and then we'll just kind of bullshit. But so I believe in Redline. Like I said, we go back a long time. It had to be at least over 10 years, decade at least.
It's
Well,
over
anyway.
10, yeah.
Rodney
Yes.
had hair when you guys started hanging
Yeah,
out.
I did.
I
I think it's time to change your LinkedIn profile picture, bro. Like it's kind of a little misleading now. The
You gotta
hairdo.
put those thug life.
So I actually only
So-
grew my hair out for maybe 5-6 years. I lost my hair in military school. Had some issues in high school and ended up in military school. And anyway, they shaved
you
my head
well.
and I ran with it. And it was one day my wife was like, hey, you should grow your hair out. We had already been married for years and years. And I'm like, let's see what it looks like. It grew on me for a little bit. And I was like, no, I got a little spot back here. It's time.
Yeah, you wear
Yeah.
it well.
But
So
yeah,
I just
it's
wanna
been a long
plug-
time with Brandon.
Yeah, I just want to give a plug. So we've been on together a long time. So I just want to give a plug to your son, Michael. he works with you now. How long has it been?
It'll be 5 years this year.
Okay, so I remember when
And
he was new, and I think it was the first time to send him out to one of my jobs in, I don't know, Aspen or some shit. And it was like a big job. It was a lot. It was a lot of glass to measure. And I think like the
Mhm.
first time I met him alone, like he was kind of scared, and like you could tell he wasn't confident. And then like the very next week, he came back to that same job, and he was like turning around 100%. He was like answering questions. A contractor, designer, this person, me, we're all drilling him, and he
Yeah.
knew what questions to answer, and he knew what questions to like look at, point at me, like, nope, can't do that, can't do that, but we can do this. So he's come a long way as well, and it's been a pleasure, not only watching you but also watching him grow and carry the torch. So I don't know if you guys know that, but it's a family business.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
so
And
cool.
that's huge. Michael, he ran with this. I taught him how to read a tape measure 5 years ago. He wanted nothing to do with construction, nothing with the laser or the computer stuff that we do. And he was detailing cars for years, and finally he jumped on board. And yeah, now I send him all over the nation as well. Yeah, he picked it up and grasped it, and he can take command over an intricate railing and say, "Hey, no, that's not going to work." And whether that be the glazer, the architect, the homeowner, yeah, he's comfortable and confident in front of all types of people, and he knows how to answer those questions. So yeah, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's huge. We'll have to get him on here one day. He's real camera shy, but we'll break
He's
him in.
very
Oh,
camera shy.
oh, fuck that. We'll bring him on
Yep.
here. We'll bring him on. I don't think there's any greater gift than being able to work alongside your family. I've been fortunate enough to do it my whole career, and it's all the bullshit that we deal with, on the job. We all have problems, but being able to work alongside your family it's the best. It's the
Oh,
best.
it's an honor to work with him every day. And we're at the point now to where my wife is putting her career in 3 months. She's been a teacher for 25 years, and she's
Wow,
coming on board with Redline. She's going to help us out, and
that's cool.
so yeah, it'll be even a more family business.
Yeah,
I
you
think she just
too.
wants to travel with me because I do a lot of
I
beach
don't blame
jobs.
her. Dude, being in a classroom with 25 of me and Brandon and my brothers, I'm surprised she made it this long. Like
Right?
you want to talk about an underpaid position in this country is teachers. Holy
Oh,
shit.
severely
So
underpaid. Yes.
that's cool that she's gonna work alongside you guys. That's awesome. Probably straighten you guys out and organize your shit up.
Yeah, but she worked with you like in off months, right? And occasionally.
Yep. During the summer when she'd have summers off, she'd help us out, and yeah, then she'd go back, and I'm like, well, shit, now I can't keep up. So
That's
she's been
cool.
seeing my struggles and decided it's time, and we're in the position to where we can grow as a family. So
I'm happy for you guys. That's
yeah,
awesome.
thank you. Now I just have to get my other son and my daughter on board.
Yeah, if
Hell,
they want to do it,
well,
they'll do it.
Yeah.
That means Brando's got to be pumping out some more content, get some more jobs going over there. Whoop, whoop.
easy peasy. All right.
What are you
So
what are you working on right now? What's a big job that you're working on right now? And tell me the coolest place you've traveled to since you've been, because you do travel all over the country. You'll fly into
All
whatever
over.
major airport and then just
Yep.
rent the car and drive wherever you got to drive.
Sometimes it's a 20-minute drive. Sometimes it's a 4-hour drive. I'm like, you shit me. It's a 4-hour drive. There's not an airport closer, and sometimes it's not.
Where's
But
the
the
coolest place
coolest,
you've gone into? Yeah.
Cayman Islands.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, we did the Cayman Islands last year. I think that's
you
why
ever need a
Kathy wants to come on board too.
Yeah,
I
I was
brought her
just gonna
with me.
say, if you get lonely and you need a ride along, you call a K Dog. I can jump on a flight.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
you got to bring the market with you too.
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah. Yeah, we can write off.
Yep. But yeah, that was the coolest. I regret not doing research on the Cayman Islands though. I didn't know that you drive on the left side of the road,
Oh yeah,
and they're
that's right.
yeah right hand drive cars.
Weird.
It was weird. Yeah, we got in the rental car and we're like, what do we do now? That and roundabouts. Roundabouts go counterclockwise.
Oh my God, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about I
Yeah.
got a hard time driving over here, let alone somewhere overnight, something new. No way.
But yeah, Cayman Islands, there's so many beautiful places. You know, people get stuck in their own little state. And
What's
Colorado's
the worst
beautiful.
airport?
Don't get me
What's the
wrong.
worst airport that you've been to? A lot of them could do some
There's a
upgrades. I'm
lot
like,
of them. It's probably one of those
JFK
little
is a
small
toilet.
JFK. Yep. Yep.
Toilet
Yeah. That. And I hate driving in Jersey and New York. Maybe because I'm not used
stuff.
to it, but you miss an exit, you're on the wrong damn bridge and it's a half-hour detour to get back.
You know, when you drive through that area, because I'm from the Northeast, people from the Northeast, when we come south or go out west, kind of have this stigma of like, why are you so rough? Why are you so loud and passionate? Why do you have all this hard energy? You realize that when you're driving through the city and getting around out there,
Yep.
you better have thick skin or
You
you're going to
better
get
be
eaten
like that.
alive. Yeah, you have it just it breeds that culture.
It does.
All right, Rodney. We're gonna land the plane pretty soon here. But I just got two more questions.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in Redline Templates in 5 years and then 10 years into the future?
5 years, I will have multiple locations. I want to be regional, and I don't know if that's a franchise model yet or Redline offices in different regions. You know, Michael can take over Colorado. Now that Cassie's on board, her and I can go wherever. We've actually talked about getting a condo towards on the East Coast this year and start marketing and expanding over there. So in 5 years, have a couple more locations, and in 10, who knows, maybe hand it off to my kids.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Good for you, Rodney.
Yeah. Thank you. Because, yeah, Michael, like I said, he's committed. So he's on board. He wants to do this for the long haul.
Michael, Michael, Michael.
Good guy.
Yeah. As long as his
All right.
boss
Well,
doesn't piss him off. His boss is a dick sometimes, but
That's part of the process.
yep.
You get the benefit of working with your family. You also get the benefit of working with your family. Like that's all you do. So it's like when
Right.
things are good, they're really good, and when they're bad, they're very difficult.
Yep.
That's the trade-off. That's the trade-off.
Yeah. And there's the boss hat and then there's the dad hat, you know,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
don't often intertwine, but sometimes they do. But we both acknowledge that. And but yeah,
that's
he's
cool.
young, you know, if he runs with this for the next 30, 40 years, you know, you're asking me about 5 or 10, you know, I'm kind of pioneering this digital templating for the glazing industry. Michael can run with that in 20, 30 years, and who knows how big this will get. Exponentially, I know that.
Yeah. So, has AI like entered your space yet and disrupted anything?
No, and I've actually talked to a couple AI companies to try and streamline our files, you know, to where I can upload these 3D models, try and have AI spit out, you know, final cut sheets with all the whole locations. And the couple companies I talked to weren't able to execute what we wanted to. So no, I don't see AI taking over this in anytime. Who knows? One day I'll have my drone. You know, I just fly my drone, call you up, say, "Hey, open your door." Yeah, my drone needs to scan your rail.
Wow.
But there's gonna be like a little screen on it, and on the screen it'll be like your face, and you're talking to them.
Yeah. Hey.
That'd be awesome.
That's funny.
Are you looking into any new machinery, any new softwares, or different lasers?
I've looked at a couple. Looked at the point cloud systems. They're crazy expensive. I guess that's a relative term, depending on what you're using it for. I see a need for that, you know, but I don't think I want to market that direction. So no, if anything, I would buy more machines that I have, and then just teach more people. Like I said, if I want to do a regional area, I need to train more people. So and there's different lasers. There's different the ProDim. That's the one on the string. That's a great machine. There's a new Leica one. They're all great for what they do, but if I were to buy more machines, it would be the same ones that I'm using.
Excellent.
Well, we're gonna have to get some fucking co-op money from FlexiJet for fuck's sakes.
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Do you have any questions for us, Rodney, from the Glazers' perspective?
Yeah.
Not really. I've talked to you guys so much. I thank you for all your support and all the shout outs, man. I really appreciate this.
Okay, we're a team, man. We do it together. They say rising tide rises all ships.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brandon, thank you personally. Thank you for kicking ass and getting me in front of the camera. It was almost 1 year ago when we made our first video.
Yeah, it was rough, but look at you now doing a podcast.
It went rough. Yeah.
I took Brando's advice. Look at this. I took Brando's advice. Cost me $5,000. Got new cameras and lenses and stuff. But I've been watching his videos.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing. He's
knows
passionate about it.
Yep.
Just like you are about your business. That's what makes you so good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Be Inspired Studios. You kick ass.
Right,
appreciate you.
Well, with that, I think we're going to land the plane. So I've been rolling with Keith because we know each other a long time. Rodney and I, we literally been working together for over a decade. And I can tell you, he's a good dude. I'm not just lying. That's the actual truth. We've literally been working together that long. If you're in glazing and you need help templating a railing or any large format storefront, and you want to take the headache out and you want to streamline the process, why don't you give Rodney a call? And remember, how does it go, Rodney? And remember,
accuracy has no limits.
I like that.
All right, no, let's say it one more time. In sync, ready?
Yep.
And remember,
accuracy has no limits.
That's a great tagline.